Hey y'all, Cambams here. I just picked up something that's a tool that I need. I mean, it's a truck, and I need it to help me get my Trans Am together for this year's Hot Rod Power Tour. It's coming up in June, and right now the car is sitting in the garage, no motor, no trans, and I do have a motor, but it's sitting in a shop. It's actually been there for the past 10 years. He was supposed to install it in my 67 Camaro. It never happened. So I decided I'm not going to LS the 67 Camaro because it is, well, been done I don't know how many times. I'm going to do something else with that car. But the Trans Am I figure is a perfect candidate, so it's going to get the LS2, and I'm going to put a 4L80E in with it. Possibly with a trans brake. We'll see what kind of how well my money holds out. But now I wanted to show you this new tool slash project. It was the absolute cheapest PowerStroke that I could find in the nation. I got it for 2 G's from a real nice guy. Let me show you what I got. All right, here it is. It came with a bunch of, well, junk, extra parts. It's kind of crazy. It's a dually. But right now it's just got these big Mickey Thompsons on the back. I've got a line on a tailgate. It definitely needs one of those. This one's had it. But the rest of it, I mean, there's a little rust. It's not too bad. It is an 87. And 87s normally came with a IDI diesel, which wasn't that great. It was really high compression, and turbochargers didn't help them too much. But this one, it is a crew cab, and it's actually got a 95 nose on it. I have a feeling that nose came with this here 7.3, because that's also a 95. It runs pretty good. It could use some gaskets and seals like every other PowerStroke or older PowerStroke probably in the nation. And the interior needs some help as well. I mean, it's not too terrible, except for when I was on the way there, the poor guy had a problem with the key. I think the actuator broke, so he had to take it apart, and I have to you know, basically jump it with this thing. I ordered the actuator already, and that's on its way. He also apparently had like a nice radio in here and decided to yank that out before he sent it along. So I'm gonna have to install a radio, and I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy, but I'm gonna make one that's reasonably loud, because this diesel, as you can probably tell, is, well, it's loud. He left in also some ball joints and other pieces for me to install. I think, you know, the bushings and whatnot on this truck are obviously mush, so we could probably use all of these parts. And the back seat is in like mint shape. The front seats are, they're dirty, but they're the wrong color, and they're not made for this truck. So I think I'm going to be looking around for one of those 60/40s, and if I could find one in blue, that'd be great, because I would like it to match. And then the headliner, while it's still here, is sort of hanging. But I mean, for $2 grand to have something that could tow like 14,000 pounds, how can you beat that? And it's only got 152,000 miles on the engine. And the cluster came with the engine. They swapped over the whole dashboard with the engine and the nose. So this is my my latest toy slash tool, and I'm not going to look to make this fast, because I really need it as a tool. I want to mount my plow on it, and I want to be able to do this driveway, because it's a big driveway. Right now it's all covered by cars, but that's only going to be for a little while. Oh, I didn't show you the other interesting thing about it. It's got this giant stack. I mean, that thing is huge. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that, because when I drive it, it sort of reverberates inside the cab in a big way. And that, well, I don't need that. So I might have, you know, change that out for something that goes all the way to the back. Another cool thing about this truck, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see because I don't have a light on me, but the frame under here really isn't bad. For the Northeast, to have something where you can still see the paint and it's not flaking rust is amazing for an 87 truck. You can kind of tell it was never a plow truck. And then I think I might be going back to the dual rear wheels. I'm not sure. I know that these definitely can't take the same weight as two skinny tires, but they do look kind of cool, I have to say. Anyway, that was just a quick thing. It has been freezing out here, by the way. I got this Corvette. I'm trying to do the back window. And ever since I got it all cleared out and whatnot, the snow and the ice and everything else, it's like there's no way I can install a back window when it's, you know, well below 40 degrees. And that's just a pain in the neck. But I got to get a rear window in this thing, then put a cover on it and put it away. Because this is not the project I want to work on right now. Low mileage, but it's been sitting for almost 30 years, or over 30 years. And then there's the reason I want to get that back window in partially is because the only place I have to put it right now that's nice and safe is on top of my Trans Am. But I want to work on the Trans Am. I'm going to get the motor probably this week, and then I'll just have to push the Trans Am out, drop the motor in, and then push it back in again. I can work on it in relative warmth. But yeah, this place is an absolute mess. I got an old ASC McLaren seat in the back there. I got my welder out because I was just welding on my lovely Craftsman snowblower here. And then a project I have right after the Trans Am, probably right when I get back, I'll be working on this shuttlecraft. These things are really cool. They're really expensive, but I picked this up from Copart, and you know, it came on the trailer. The trailers definitely need some work, but that's, you know, I can weld, so I'll fix that up. And it's dirty as sin, but most of it's just like, I don't know, moss, and that will come off with the pressure washer. And then it's got this little Yamaha Wave Runner 650 that can, you know, that was powering it at some point, but I don't think it really was because it doesn't fit. See, the thing is supposed to go into this area here, and these are not sliding in there on either side. So I think that this was the wrong Wave Runner. They probably had a better one plugged in here at some point. But that's okay. I'm going to work on the Wave Runner, see if I can make this run. If need be, I'll go out, I'll get a bigger one, you know, something that'll really make this thing fly. It's only 15 feet long, but it can, you can ultimately have, what is it, 6 people, including if somebody on the Wave Rider, you know, go out on this in the bay. I wouldn't take this anywhere with any rough water. Anyway, that was the Cam-Bams update of my insanity. And yeah, winter sucks for me. It really does. I wish I was in somewhere that was warm sometimes. But yep. FrankenTruck. Hopefully it treats me well.